All right, let's talk about Publicists. First off, I want to say is when you're first starting out your career, yeah, it's not worth it for you to hire a publicist because you haven't got anything to publicize yet. But you can get the process rolling by following the advice and the action items that are in this module about how to manage your brand online and how to invest in or make strategic investments that are going to help build your brand so that when the day comes, your publicist is going to smile and go, I got all kinds of stuff here to work with. Okay, that includes everything from building your Twitter followers. And I see it all the time now. People are getting cast, or the casting directors are auditioning actors, and then they're saying, well, how many Twitter followers do they have? What's their social media footprint? So you need, all actors need to be doing this in today's day and age, is managing their brand online and making strategic investments. So, but here I'm talking about publicists. And again, as I stated, it's public relations. It's your relationship with the public. When you're early in your career curve, you don't have the money or the need for a publicist. But what happens too often in this industry, except for the very, very elite, even actors who get series regulars or series leads, they don't hire a personal publicist. It makes me insane. I've seen too many of my friends that watch their careers just disintegrate or dissolve right in front of them because they had these recurring roles and then they had a wonderful opportunity to invest in themselves, a strategic investment in themselves through a publicist to build their brand so they could create career momentum and parlay that into even greater success by getting more roles and more offers and greater pay for the work that they do. But they don't, because I'm dumbfounded when I hear actors that don't have a publicist and they've got a lead in a TV series. And this is I think this is where the disconnect is, because I hear them say to me, well, the TV show has a publicist. And I just say, whoa, let's stop right there. Something my publicist taught me, Karen Richin from Montreal way back in the day. And I love her so much for everything she's done for me. A publicist that works for the TV show or for the production uses the actors to publicize the show. Basically, the actors then are tools for the show. If you have a publicist, the show then becomes a tool for you. You see the difference there? Of course you do. You got to wrap your head around that, because you might be thinking, well, they're publicizing me, they're putting me in magazines. Yeah, but it's all directed towards the production. Look how many producers out there have shows and they rarely put the name, or they've just started to do it more now because actors are getting wiser and agents are getting wiser, thank God, please, but it's still got a long way to go. You'll see the name of the show and you'll see the actor's face on the poster, but you won't see their name. Or if you do, it's really tiny. Come on. That's the production saying, I just want to promote the show. And you can't blame them, because if you don't ask for some things to be different, why would they change it? Right? Why are they going to pay for a publicist for you? No, they're paying for it for the production, unless you stand up for yourself. If that doesn't work, then as actors, I tell you, I've got so many, there are members of this program who have leads in TV series. Hire a publicist. And I'm not talking about some $50,000 a month publicist. I'm talking, it's probably, if you're making $5,000 or $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, you can afford to spend a couple grand a month on a publicist. You need to. And I equate this to a train. A train gets rolling. It takes a lot of energy to get a train rolling, right? And while it's going at 60 miles an hour, say, the engineer doesn't stop, doesn't turn it off. No, it's got momentum. But unfortunately, once it starts slowing down, because there's positive momentum and negative momentum, the positive momentum starts to decrease. You don't notice it until it's too late, or until it takes so much energy to get it going again. My point is you got to feed that engine. As you're building momentum, you need to keep, it takes less and less energy to keep that momentum up. If you let it drop off, it takes a lot of energy to get it going again. So for all of you out there, whether you are there now, I'm telling you, you need to talk with your agent or your manager about this. If they're not willing to talk to you about it, contact me. Really, this is a real bone of contention with me. I want you to understand either why or why not you're hiring a personal publicist. Okay, it's critical for your career. If not, you've continued to leave your career in everybody else's hands. You are the CEO of your career. Okay? Just like you're managing your brand online, that's you being your own publicist. Well, once you get to a point where you're so busy and you're making money, then you delegate that responsibility to somebody else. You delegate it. You don't just stop doing it or give it away or hope somebody else picks it up. You're the CEO of your career. You need to work with your partners, your agent, your manager, and your publicist eventually to keep your brand value growing so that you're in demand, because it's about supply and demand. There are all kinds of, let's talk about somebody like Kim Kardashian, okay? People look at her and go, well, she's not an artist, she's just a PR machine. Well, she is. She does crazy stuff, but I guarantee you, she's got several publicists that work for her and her family to keep her brand, keep her name in the paper, so she can be on the front of perfume or in ads. And it's, she's not an actress by any stretch of the imagination, or a thespian, I should say, or an artist, but she's a PR machine. She gets PR. I'm not saying you want to do foolish stuff like that, but we do see a lot of stars doing foolish stuff. But that's publicists, and that's all planned. You think it's an accident when two actors are seen talking together in a restaurant? No, the publicist told the newspaper that they're there. There's no accidents. And so you need to be thinking about this with your life. You've got a movie coming out or a series, you need to have somebody contacting say if you're on the Sci-Fi Channel, you need to have somebody on contact the Sci-Fi Channel, blogs and the PR people that are out there and saying, listen, my actor's available for interviews, or my actor is available to have a chat, a Skype chat, or anything after the first episode of the show, or whatever. They have so many wonderful ways out there to publicize you. My point is, don't leave it to chance, because I guarantee you'll drift away. There are too many great actors that don't work, and there are a lot of actors who had a lot of great opportunities, and then they slip through their fingers because they can't keep the ball in the air. They just drop the ball. Don't be that actor. I'm not saying run out right now, everybody, and get a publicist. You need to do it at the right time. But you need to understand that you will need one. If your career grows to the point where you're getting reoccurring roles and movie roles, you will need a publicist. I guarantee you will. You gotta open your mind to this, please, because if not, again, you're at everybody else's mercy. No. Look at people like George Clooney, or look at people who have built their careers because they've invested in production, in producing films themselves, rather than just hoping that Hollywood will give them a deal. That's where I want you to go in this program. Whether you're starting out and you're managing your brand online, getting it to the point where you eventually need a publicist. Also in this program, we're talking about producing your own work, such as, theater, film or TV, or whatever you want to do, write. It's about working in the industry that you love, but you need to understand that on your career curve, you need to hit certain benchmarks, and you're going to have to start considering. Look at women right now. Well, women are upset because there are never any roles for them over 40 or over 30, and that there's no great roles for them in screenplays. Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you to write them. Become a producer. We need, and women need, to take control of their career. I don't care whether you're a minority. I don't care what your status is. Empower yourself. I'm not blaming you for the situation. I'm empowering you by saying you can change it. There's never been a better time to be in show business. Hollywood might still own the theaters, but they don't own the internet. They don't own all the channels that are out there. There has never been a better time for anyone to be in show business than right now. Stop thinking about the negative side of things, that there's all kinds of crap out there. No, that's nothing. Forget all that stuff. There's never been a better time. But you need to think about things like, what do the pros do? I guarantee you all the top actors have publicists. Guarantee you. There's zero doubt there. Well, you have to plan for that. You can't just wait for somebody else to get you a publicist. I guarantee it'll be too late. You need to be forward thinking. If you want control of your career, which you do, it's why you're in this program, then take control of your career. And that's what managing your brand online, making strategic investments, getting a publicist when you need to, start writing, start producing, start creating or putting on plays. Take control of your career. Start managing your database. We'll talk about that in other modules. This is what this program's about. It's about everything that you need to have the life that you want, because you're going to create it. When I think about auditioning, I like to think of that as a cherry on the sundae. Okay? I work with my agent. They put me out there. When I get an audition, to me, that's a bonus. All the other work I get is usually by phone call or direct booking. I wish I would have known this earlier. I'm going to teach you how to do this in the next module. Direct bookings, like we're in a relationship world. Again, public relationship, your relationship with the public. Because there's Hollywood or producers or whatever, however you want to epitomize or identify the work that you're going to do. There's the producers and the business. There's you, and there's the public. Right now, we go through our agent who goes through the producers, and we have no relationship with the public. When you can make that bond with the public, you now have leverage. Once you have leverage, you have a seat at the table and you have a voice that people are going to listen to. You see what I mean? There's that love triangle right there. The business, you, and the public. And you've got to be able to make that line yourself, and that's what this module is all about. You have to start building your relationship with the public. That way they can't discount you, or they don't just put a dollar value. That's how you earn more money than scale. That's how you can start asking for a wage rather than, or sorry, a fee rather than just the union wage to work. Every dollar you make over scale is because of your relationship with the public and your trust that the producers have, your relationship with the producers as well. So all that to come back to say is, we got to start thinking like pros. And I'm so glad that you're here. I want to share. I'm telling you the things that nobody ever told me. And I want to thank my publicist again, Karen Richin. She taught me so much. And I've shared that with as many actors as I can. Some of my friends who have way bigger careers than I've ever had. I've helped them down this process. And I want to help you. You can do this. All right? With love.